It's Ray here from Man City Fan Chat. How are you all doing tonight, guys? Hopefully there'll be a few people on, so I'm a few minutes late. I hope you guys haven't had to wait too long. Let's see who's knocking about. Try and get this up onto, as usual, get this up on Twitter. Here we go. Hey, Mike, how you doing? It's CD1. How you doing, mate? Hope you guys are very well. Hope you guys are very well tonight. Let's just, should we go through the agenda? I think we will go through the agenda. So, the agenda, we're going to talk a little bit about Leroy Sané. We'll talk a little bit about Rodri stroke Fernandinho. How can I spell his name? Fernandinho. We'll talk about Rodri Walker. Talk about Bournemouth. We'll talk about company. I think that's enough. Let's just tell a couple of guys so they know. Try and get a few people on, and then we'll get cracking, guys. Should we talk cricket as well? I'm not going to put it in the agenda, but we can talk cricket as well if you guys want to talk cricket. We'll definitely talk cricket if you want to, guys. Just try and get a couple of people involved. Oh dear. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are very well, guys. Just get a few more people involved. So bear with me a sec, guys, and then I'll give you my undivided. Let's use in. Wow, missed a few hellos, looks like. Good evening, Bernard. Hope you're well. Hi, Chris. You're all passing your hellos to everybody. Hi, Carl. Hope you're well, mate. Nice video that you sent me today. Got me laughing. Hey, Steve Black, how you doing, mate? MotoGP, that's right, Mike James. But I think my focus is going to be obviously Bournemouth. It's a early start for Bournemouth, guys. Weather is going to be boiling, man. Don't want to be wearing leathers in that weather. Hi, Angus. Hey, good to see you, Angus. Angus chatting to me all day while the footy's been on. Hey, Ocean Rage. Not seen you for a while. Hope you're well, mate. Eric Duffy. Hope you're well as well. Jack Steve. Hey, hope you're well. 32 degrees. Wow, Bernard. 17 on that, on your quiz. 17. Someone's cheating, man. How can you get 17? Having said, I mean, I only got 6, but having said that, I only got one of the Frozen questions, right? I only got 1. I mean, Carl got all 3 Frozen. I got Olaf and that's it. I didn't get any of the others on Frozen. But hope you guys are all well. Yeah, I was just saying, going to Bournemouth, Mike, it's going to be tough to watch the MotoGP because, I mean, with me, I'm going down on the coach. It's just too far to drive to Bournemouth. It's too early. And then Maud on Match of the Day. It's too early to go down to Bournemouth driving and then drive back. You know, it's just going to be knackering. So I'm getting the coach. You have to meet at 5:45 in the morning. 5:45. And I suspect we won't get him back till between 9 and 10. That's where it is. Yeah, Chris, look, it's standard practice now. And the problem is Twitter. One of the problems is social media. Twitter are very slow to react. So someone can say something racist, and I don't know how long it takes them to react. It's certainly not very quickly. It can take, I don't know, does it sometimes take, I think if one person complains, I'm only guessing here now, Twitter is slow to respond. If 20 or 30 or hundreds complain, I expect that will trigger some alarm bell on Twitter. But Twitter don't want to, let's be honest, Twitter don't want to verify people. They don't want to suddenly kick off 2 or 3 million people from their platform because the platform slows down. It doesn't have as much, what's the word? There's not much going on. There's less going on, basically. Sorry, guys, forgot the word. There's less participation, yeah? And so the platform, it's all to do with numbers and everything else. If you want to chase advertisers, well, if you can say we get 100 million tweets a day, okay, as opposed to, and that includes all sorts of rubbish. If you turn around and say we have 50 million tweets a day because you've got rid of all the rubbish, then it's not, obviously the numbers aren't the same. It's always to do with money. Howard the Duck. I didn't even get Howard the Duck. Angus, racism is ridiculous. People don't grow up. Look, it's Twitter's fault as well. It's society, it's the individuals, and Twitter. Twitter leaves them on far too long. Look, I get a lot of abuse on Twitter. I've been called a paedophile many times. Nonce, been called that. Been called a kiddie fiddler, and Twitter say that's absolutely fine. There's no problem with that. People you don't know just turn up. You've had no interaction with them ever, and they just come and start calling you names. And I've been called all sorts of abusive swear words, and Twitter say that's fine. There's no problem. So if Twitter is saying it's fine, then people are going to keep doing it. I'm going to ignore anything that's insulting, Bernard. No, I don't know what you mean by that. Chris Wells, good day for me. Yeah, United losing, Liverpool winning. Look, Angus, I've been called a lot in my... Look, I'm 50 years old. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Trust me, I got called loads. You get used to it. But it's not right, yeah? In this day and age, it's certainly not right, and something should be done. And Twitter should be doing something. I mean, you could say I should just leave Twitter. Leave the platform if I'm not happy. They need to grow up as well. Arsenal were rubbish. I think Angus will agree. Chris will agree. Arsenal were rubbish. Now I'm going to have to find a way to get Mo Salah back in my fantasy league team because I dropped him quite rightly last week for Raheem Sterling. But I think you need Raheem Sterling and Mo Salah in the team. I think that's what you need, but it's very, very hard. It's very hard when you've got £100 million to spend and those two guys cost you almost 25 million and you've got 13 other players to, 11. No, get my numbers right. You have 15 players altogether, so you've got 13 other players to buy with 75 million quid. You've got not much left. I agree with that up to a point, Steve. But you've got to call people out. You've got to. It's up to the social media platforms to do more. They're not doing enough, in my opinion. It's up to them to block, kick people off. Look at the ISP or the IP and ban people. Or if someone wants to come back after they've been banned, or you think they're a bit dodgy, make them ID themselves. Hi, Joseph. Chris, yeah, Arsenal suspect defensive. Look, they're trying to play out defensively, but they're not. They created a couple of chances. Nicholas Pepe disappointed a little bit because he's trying to take it on his right foot. On his left foot. Right when and you've got to have. Sorry, mate, you've got to have 2 feet in this day and age. You've got to have 2 feet. If you're that uncomfortable on your right foot, then you've got a problem. Arsenal paid a lot of money for him. Was it 72 million quid? And for me, they didn't do it. They should have gone for it. They should have gone for it. I wanted them to play Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang, the three of them, and make them run hard. The way Liverpool's team run hard. Liverpool were basically playing 4 at the back and 2 screening. Definitely at least 2 to 3 screening, and then 3 up front who run hard. But when Liverpool press, they press with 5 or even 6 players. Okay, the defenders don't press. Pretty much everybody else does, and maybe they keep 1 screener. So they press with 5, possibly 6. When they lose, if they beat the press, if Arsenal beat the press, Arsenal were too slow to come forward. Yeah, they were too slow. They were happy just to keep the ball, pass it around. No, when you beat the press, you've got to go, because what will happen is Liverpool's screeners like Fabinho, Henderson, whoever else, and Wijnaldum, they'll come back pretty quickly. They'll leg it back. Okay, so you've got to attack quickly. You cannot afford to take your time while you attack. And Arsenal were half and half. Pepe should have at least hit the target. Yeah, I agree, Steve. Jack, Steve, some sort of filter. They can. I mean, they can pick up the words themselves and just either ban or disallow the tweet. They can say you word. Yeah, Bernard. Look, they were always going to be tired the way they played. They let Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson have a field day, put crosses in. You're going to suffer at some point. You really are going to suffer. And I think if they played 3 up front and kept them up front, it's a risk. Definitely a risk. But you keep them up front, I can guarantee you wouldn't have got those 2 wingers charging up so much, because they're worried about the pace of Pepe. They're worried about the pace of Aubameyang and Lacazette and the threat that they pose. Angus, look, their defense is worse. What was I reading? They've got 8 points. They've got 8 draws in 22 games, and the rest are defeats. 8 draws. Well, now it's 15 defeats. 8 draws, 15 defeats in the last 23 games against the top 6 since they beat City in 2015. It's 4.5 years since Arsenal have beaten any of the top 6 away from home. I think that's the record. 8 draws, 15 defeats. It's rubbish. You ain't going to win anything like that. See, Black, in fairness, I think Liverpool have done all they need to do. But yeah, look, Arsenal were poor. I mean, Liverpool, they got through against Norwich, a bit suspect. They got through against Southampton, a bit suspect. Arsenal just didn't do anything for me. I don't think their defence will win the league, Josie, but it's the way. Look, they've got a very good dynamic where they are very good combination. Okay, where they've got those 4 defenders, they've got those 3 people who usually Wijnaldum, either 3 screeners, and then 3 guys who are going to run like crazy up front. And even when they're defending, the Firmino will come back and Mane will drop back a little bit. But look at David Luiz. I mean, that pull, that tug that got the penalty. And was it David Luiz who let Sané, Salah skip past him at the end to score that 3rd goal? Yeah, Mike, Arsenal system allowed them that much space. So you think if they're allowing the Liverpool fullbacks that much space, Arsenal would have players over somewhere on that pitch, and they just didn't. Chris Welch, Arsenal got it wrong again. Our fullbacks were in dreamland. I knew. Yeah, it was going to happen, whether it was through a bit of luck, a lucky bounce in the box, but you're putting so many corners in, so many crosses in. It was going to happen at some point. And it did, Hi, Angelica Rowe. Gutted with the Arsenal result. Yeah, well, it is. Look, honestly, when Liverpool, Liverpool are not in their stride yet. They were not in their stride against Norwich. They were not in their stride against Southampton, and certainly Arsenal. Arsenal were poor. regardless of what Gary Neville and whatever says, or whoever says, they'll take some positives. They were poor. We got to win. We've just. Can you imagine if we get a draw, then you're 4 points behind? At this early stage, you can say, "Oh, there's a long way to go." But let's be serious, guys. Liverpool dropped 17 points in the whole of last season. 17 points. So we can't afford to be dropping points. We've got to go to win. Let's talk a little bit, okay, about City. So I'm going to talk about Leroy. Obviously, Leroy's had his surgery. You might have seen his tweet thanking City fans for our concern. So basically, he said it's been a tough couple of days, but surgery went to plan. I'm positive and ready for my recovery. That's it. So, picture of him smiling in some brown clothes, sitting on brown seats. It's a bit, it's a bit odd. But anyway, that's what Leroy said. Yeah. So he's coming back. Now, reading in the MEN about a solution. I mean, we've got Fernandinho, who I still say is a cracking player. We've got Rodri, who get even better. So what we're going to do? Can you see some games where we go with a double pivot with two holding midfielders? Now, I think we did it a couple of times last season. I remember when we'd have Fernandinho and we'd have Ilkay Gundogan. Okay. Now, could you see games where we play with two? Yeah. So we play with we could play with a 4-2-1-3. Now, hear me out. 4 defenders. We could play with Rodri and Fernandinho as DM stroke holding midfielders. KDB in front, yeah, of them as our attacking midfielder, and then your forward line of whoever your 3 attackers are. So we could go for 4-2-1-3. Maybe we do that in the Champions League, just to be a little bit more solid, just to stop teams catching us on the break. Rodri's played all our games so far, so it looks like he's ready. I mean, the MEN say Fernandinho is close to return from injury. Pep said no one's injured. Or the injuries. John Stones is injured. Mendy's not injured, but he's not match fit. So that'd be interesting whether we go for this double pivot. I'm looking at the stats. I mean, okay, Rodri's not played that many games. How can you compare them? But the defensive duels won from each player is about the same. The aerial duels won, obviously Rodri being several inches taller, I think at least 5 inches, 6 inches taller. He's won 66%, or he wins 66%. Fernandinho's on 49%. This might be over their careers, actually. Rodri has in a game has 5.5 interceptions per 90. Fernandinho has 5. But if you look at if that's over his career, then okay, Atletico play a different kind of game to City, so it's going to be slightly different. In 90 minutes, Fernandinho makes more passes, but Rodri's passing accuracy is 3.5% better than Fernandinho's. So it's going to be, and he makes slightly more recoveries. It's going to be very, very interesting to compare whether they're both going to play in the same game. Bernadette was the son of Alistair Campbell and some company, and son of Alistair Campbell's one of them. Absolutely, Angus, we can't have our draws. We've got to go with conceding. I'm not bothered. If we score 6 goals and let in 2, I don't care. Yeah, Cabellas was poor today, Mike. He was all right in the last game. Claude is the one I like the most on there. Ty, no. Mr. DT, just got a big gob. Troops, another big gob. Claude is the realist, and Claude is, but Claude gets a lot of abuse on Twitter, a heck of a lot. Yeah, Troops. Look. Actually, Troops is polite on AFTV on his own channel. I've heard him on his own channel. It's just, the sort of language he uses on his own channel, guys. I mean, I turned it off. It was just disgusting. DT is a Luton guy. What's he doing following Arsenal? Claude and Ty, yeah. Claude and Ty together, it's fun. Ty on his own, not fun. Claude on his own, interesting. Yeah. So that's really it. Lee Gunner, he's okay as well, but most of them aren't. Pep won't change his tactics. That's it, Mike James. Alistair Campbell's son is part of the company that's buying, hopefully, Berry. Better be on our side. I hope so, Angus. It was a mess today watching that Chelsea game. Chris, do I think Bournemouth will have a go? I doubt it. Honestly, doubt it. I can see Bournemouth. Teams are scared. This is the problem. They're scared to have a go. I don't think Bournemouth have ever got points off City. They're scared to have a go. And that's the problem they've got. Because you're scared to have a go, you play defensively. That can play into our hands. If you have a go, scared that they generally defend. And we've seen Liverpool don't defend against City. Yeah, they go for it. They still go for it with their pressing and chasing and harrying. Bournemouth have got the players to hurt us. Yeah, obviously Ryan Fraser. They've got Josh King and Callum Wilson up front. Those three guys are dangerous. They've got another couple of good players in an attacking sense. And then they've got Nathan Ake, good defender. So, but they've got to have a go. I don't think they will. That's their problem. Bernard, will they play 10 minutes? Well, this is one of the other problems with teams. They might have some good attackers, and then they play one of their strikers in like a defensive midfielder or in a midfielder role. And then they don't support their lone attacker quick enough. Most teams are like that. I want them to have a go. I don't think they will. Last season at home, we had a scrappy 1-0 win. I think Mahrez's deflected goal. They never had a shot on target. But some teams will look at it. If it's tight, they're happy to lose 1-0 to City rather than lose 5-0. I hope you're right, Angus. Yes, Mike, we need to turn up in every game. That's it, Bernard. Bournemouth are doing all right this season. Yeah, they've got a win and a defeat. A win and a draw, Bournemouth. So they're on 4 points. Go for it. Hi, Thomas Castling. Cancelo or Walker? I think it's Walker. But we'll see. I mean, Pepper said Cancelo can play further forward. So maybe he plays on the left midfield. Maybe I think he could play left back. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, more talks rubbish. Cancelo and Walker? Why not? Could we play Walker as right back and Cancelo as right wing? He started as a right winger. I think you have to play Walker. We cannot afford to be dropping points and bringing Cancelo in yet. I think we need to get up to speed. We can't take risks. Thing is, Joseph Moore is a misery guts, really, isn't he? Gustavo Cortes thoughts on Marcus. I'm not bothered. He had a penalty. He missed it. That's it. Yeah, but Bernard, I think this time round in the Premier League in 98-99, we weren't in the Premier League, mate. Maybe I got it wrong, Angus. They're certainly not beating us. Is that right, Angus? Didn't we win in the last minute? That's it, Steve. They're scared to get battered, so they ended up. Oh, well, that's it. That's his problem, Sea Dog. What's Sea Dog? First of all, hello, Sea Dog. How you doing? Without going too much into it, tell us why, Sea Dog. I'm sure. Well, Bernard's already asked the question. Well, see, I don't mind people who don't agree, Sea Dog. Okay, I've said that to you. Unless someone oversteps the line into just being stupid. Okay, if someone oversteps the line into being stupid, yeah, I don't like that. But disagree with me. Have a difference of opinion. You know, I put myself out there. I said I can see Cancelo starting as left back. People say no, it's going to be Zinchenko. It's a mild difference of opinion. It's no big deal. I agree, Bernard. Pep will play tried and trusted. I don't think KDB needs to score, but Angus, it'd be nice. It'd be nice for him to score. As long as he keeps setting up 2 or 3 goals a game, I'm happy. Mike, it might as well be a Scouser. If you don't shave and you speak fast, it might as well be a Scouser. No, Joseph, I'm not interested in Mark Goldbridge. Don't know what you mean. Sea Dog is afraid of getting mobbed when the beard is off. I really don't think the girls are going to mob him. I don't think they're going to mob me anymore. Not that they ever did. Well, look, if you've got, I'm not here to have a pop at him, but if you've got 30,000 YouTube followers, you're the biggest Man City YouTube. Some have. The next one that I know of has got under 10,000. Then the next one's got 4.5 or nearly 5, and we've got nearly 1,000. He beats everybody else put together. He's certainly not a voice of the fans. I never claim to represent the fans. I represent some fans in terms of opinions because I'll repeat people's opinions. So I'm not saying I'm representing is the wrong word, but I'm putting their opinions across. All right, Angus. Well, I missed that then. That's what I was chatting to the guy, Sam from Back of the Net podcast. It's Bournemouth one, and he was the one who said they've not got any points against us or they've not beaten us. Neri Castillo, yeah, Gustavo. He didn't play that many games, did he? If I remember correctly. The Mexican, that's it, Joseph. C-Dog, you don't have to give your opinion. I just think we... Got calls. I need to tear that soon. But I just think we should talk worse about what he does on content rather than choose his friends. To be honest, C-Dog, look, I don't watch Stephen. I haven't watched Stephen's videos for many, many, many months. I can't even remember. No, honestly, I can't remember. I would have been it'd have been several months ago. Cheesy's friends, I listened to a couple of podcasts because people on Blue Moon forums mentioned it, and they said they'd complained about their lack of knowledge, basically, on away tickets. So that's why I listened to a couple of podcasts. That's why I could comment. Stephen, I haven't listened to him. I don't know. 4 months, 6 months, very, very long time. C-Dog, because he starts conspiracy. I mean, why would you want to replace Carl for the next game just because you want to see Cancelo play? Yeah, look. Yeah, this is one thing that I noticed last season. Because you want to see someone play, you see it drop somebody else, even though they're doing well. You want to see Foden play, you have a go at Pep. Who on earth has to go at Pep because they want Foden to play? I say Foden wasn't good enough last season to play. Yeah? Can you imagine? Foden wasn't good enough last season to play, so I don't know why he pushes that. Now he wants... Yes, we would all love to see Cancelo play. Yes, we would. But I wouldn't drop Walker for him. Walker's playing blooming really well. Yeah? I would not drop Walker. Walker's playing out of his skin. Could not drop Walker. Could not. Zinchenko, I could drop him for Cancelo. I'm happy to do that. Absolutely, C-Dog. Yeah, I never saw... Look, he played awesome in that game against West Ham, the way he attacked. And I think he's focusing more because of Cancelo. Hey, all right, Original Gunner. Thank you very much. We need a bit of luck, but I think we'll be all right. Bernard Deneen, August 27th, Sterling 97th minute. That's what I said. I remember that one, the 97th minute winner. Oh yeah, C-Dog. Look, he was awesome. As awesome gets, he was awesome. That pace he showed, good ball in, very, very good. So I think he stepped up his game. So how can you drop him? Gustavo Cortez, I'll try and go live at some points tomorrow, okay? Because obviously I'm going to the game. I don't have a lot of time because I'm going on the coach. If I was going on my own, I'd get there at 10 o'clock, okay? On the coach, I might get there 11:30, 12 o'clock. So there's not a lot of time. But hopefully I'll be back in time, depending on it. It's going to depend on the coach. Now, we'll be leaving on the coach for 4:30. So I will go live tomorrow. I'm hoping to go live between 9 and 9:30, but it really does depend when I get home. Well, they'll drop us off at the coach will drop us off probably, if it takes 4 hours to get here. I'm just having a guess here, guys. We're leaving tomorrow morning before 6. It's taken us 4.5 hours to get there. That's what they're suggesting. So I'm suggesting it's going to take 4.5, even 5 hours to get back, because we're going to go early in the morning when there's not traffic. Coming back on Sunday afternoon, there's a lot of traffic. So if it takes us 5 hours to get back, they'll drop us off probably about 9:30. I won't get home till 10. So I might do a short live stream. We might. I'll certainly try and go live during the day. I'll certainly try and go live during the day. That's what I said as well, Mike. What Walker should be doing? Hi, Matt. Hope you're well. Yep, I agree with Colin. Bang on. Walker's been brilliant. Joseph, I've not even seen him have guests on. I think you're still talking about Esteem. I've not even. See, that's how long it is since I watched him. Plus, look, there's a dynamic there. He's on the radio with, was it Full-Time Red Devils, on a City social where City get slapped around by Statman Dave. Behave. I wouldn't be wanting to do that. C-Dog, look, anybody pushing for dropping Walker for Cancelo just because you want to see Cancelo play, I don't see the point. I won't use a language I was going to use because people start complaining. It wasn't a swear word, but it was not complimentary. Why would you do that? Cancelo's been great signing already without playing the improvement as brought. Absolutely right, Carl. We said that the first game. We said that against West Ham. Walker looked like he was focused and concentrating and really on it, because last season he wasn't. For whatever reason, post-World Cup, no rest, and Danilo injured. Kyle Walker had no competition, so his standards can easily drop. You don't need to focus. Now he's focused. Well, C-Dog, I'll be honest. I think we know who's a troll, and we banned them here. Yeah? And people are actually trolling. It's not a difference of opinion, because I actually do some research on some people, and some people get researched before they get banned. And a lot of the people we ban have recently joined social media, recently set up a YouTube account, and they've got no content whatsoever. So I'm quite, you can tell. Yeah, there was somebody the other day, and I thought, is that a troll or not? I checked the person out. He's got a video out. He's got 10 subscribers. He's done something. So you think, okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I give the person the benefit of the doubt. The person turned out all right. So you got to go with your gut, but you still want to give people the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes I've spoken to my moderators, and we said that person looks a bit dodgy. Let's keep an eye on them. And lo and behold, 3 tweets later, they start becoming 3 messages later, they start becoming very abusive. So you can tell. There's a pattern as well. There's a pattern. In the early days, people used to come on and be abusive straight away. So you block them. Then people would come on and they'd be a bit dodgy, 2 or 3 tweets, and then become abusive. Some people would try and elicit a poor response. Okay, they try and talk about there was one person who was trying to talk about homosexuality and was hoping that I'd criticize it or say something, so they put a couple of questions out there, hoping that they'd trigger me into saying something stupid. Well, why would I? Why would I say something stupid? Because I had nothing stupid to say. Generally trying to be sensible, but you could see it. And within 2 or 3 tweets, 2 or 3 messages, you knew they were on the wind up. They got banned. Hi, Gabriel Wood. Hope you're well. He pushed Kyle. I don't understand that. Obviously, guys, I can't watch all the streams. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Cancelo pushed Kyle to be a better player. Look, Pepper's got 100 points. He's and 98 points. He's won us 5 out of the last 6 trophies. You can be disappointed. Yes, I'm disappointed with that Champions League game down at White Hart Lane. I'm disappointed with the way we set up. But there's a difference between disappointment and people who out and out criticize Pep. How on earth can you criticize Pep? How on earth can you criticize Pep for what he's done to this team in especially the last 2 years? 5 out of 6 trophies, 100 points, 98 points, fabulous level of football. How on earth can you overall criticize Pep? You might have a little discussion, difference of opinion in certain games. And I said that in the game against Spurs. I said, I wish we hadn't set up so defensively. But on the other hand, if Aguero scores, we win that tie, in my opinion. Look at Liverpool last season at Anfield. We set up defensively with Mahrez and Mendy not pushing forward. And you can say, oh, well, we should have gone for the win. But if you've got to be very, very careful what you say. I don't want to criticize Pep. How can I? Well, I don't know if City pick him, but he gets a lot of media because he comes across well on media. I've seen him with, was it Statman Dave? Statman Dave's a weak individual. I think even he gets embarrassed if someone's got Statman Dave. Look, Statman Dave. After a while, you've got a little bit of confidence and the way you come across, but he's got very little substance. And I'm not saying that because he blocked me on Twitter. He blocked me because I called him out because he's a fool. He's an idiot. But look. I called him out for what he is. Other people won't. Well, Angus, I've already said I want Gabriel Jesus to start. Mahrez for me. Gabriel, I think he will. I think Mahrez will play. I'll give you my team in a minute again. Mike James, again, I said before last game, Jesus should have started Mahrez. Why drop someone who's assisted 2 and 3? Look, this is what Pep said. Pep said it's really difficult. But he's got so many players. He said, and Pep said, how can you drop a player who was not only the best on the pitch, he was best in the Premier League that weekend. He was the best player in the Premier League, was Mahrez, and he dropped him. He said, it's difficult because you've got to do this with players. Excellent, Angus. Well, Gustavo. It's very small. It's only got just over 11,000 seats. So we get, I think, just over 1,000, about 1,050 tickets. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot. We could have sold 3 or 4. To be honest, for the Bournemouth game, we could have sold 4,000. These people with the bank holidays, people going down, making a long weekend of it. Yeah, I agree. Bernard Aguero will come back firing. I'm not taking them down to Bournemouth, mate. No, I'm going to a game. I'm focused on the footy, and I've got too much stuff to take down with the battery packs and phone and microphone and what do you call it? Tripod and stuff. I've got too much to carry. I'm not even the glasses. I just don't want to take too much. Why didn't he start? Look, Pep said he picked the team for the game. He picked the team just for that game. And in his opinion, that was the team that should start the game against Spurs. That's why I went with it. Angus, it's a lucky stadium. We do pretty well there. Probably true, Mike. Probably true. With Angelino, really hope we help the kid settle. I think he will. Look, I think Angelino, honestly, is really here as a backup to Mendy and Zinchenko. He's there in case Mendy breaks down again. And then we've got a backup for Zinchenko. He'll play his games. Angelino will play his games in the Carabao Cup, in the FA Cup, odd game in the Champions League if we've won the group, if we qualified, a few games in the league. But Pep will pick and choose. Nogel said before this season started, no one can touch it. Look, we're the best team. Doesn't mean the best team always wins, but we're the best team. Bernard, I can't say. I don't know because I never watched the video or the comments. But I think he was talking about using sex toys. Let's move on. Mike James, I love Zinchenko to me. To play well out of position like he does, question the signing of Angelino. He might not even feature. I don't think Angelino will feature that much. You might be right, Mike. But it all depends on Mendy. If Mendy gets injured, okay, because we are worried about Mendy, then you're left with Zinchenko. Well, if Zinchenko gets sent off, or suspended, or injured, and you've got nobody, then you're thinking, I'm putting out Laporte to left back. Angelino was a low risk for City. It's a low risk purchase, homegrown, works well. Yep, Joseph, another fake. You have to support your own players, especially when something does not go off straight away. Gabriel, when both who do you put Ottoman or Stones? It's really tough, Gabriel. They both got different qualities. I like Stones for bringing the ball out. That he could be a centre back for us for 6 or 7 years. I just want him to get better and be consistent. Hey, Bernard's up to 34 subscribers. Excellent, guys. Whoever subscribed to Bernard's channel. Josie's not holding back. Don't hold back, guys. Steve Black can't see the point in trolling and being an idiot or running from one channel to another, trying to wind up. Yeah, look, people are doing that. We know that. I've got to be honest, guys. I'm really pleased that I don't see people from here going somewhere else to troll and to criticize. I don't see that. So I'm really pleased that most of the guys here, I've seen one or two, and I know who you are. I've seen one or two. I wrote a couple of names down, but generally it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Which is good because people are being sensible. Why would you go somewhere else just to waste your time? Angus, never criticize Pep. He's a fantastic man in the master plan. Look, sometimes I think you can be slightly critical. I think you can. And I think where we played in the Champions League is where I would be critical to say, look, in the first season, we let 6 goals in 2 games against Monaco. We should never have lost that tie. Against Liverpool, okay, we got blasted to pieces in the first half an hour, which effectively killed the tie. We let 5 goals in over 2 legs. Spurs, we should not be letting 4 goals in against Spurs over 2 legs. We should not, but we did. So, I said my piece last year when I said, I would have liked us to play less defensively in that first game. Second game, we were making errors, and that you can't blame Pep for. You're right, quite right, Mike. Get Stones and Ottomani together, and you'll have a decent player. Pick 11 this time, I'll do it. Wasteman Dave, yeah, well, he's not very good, Statman Dave. Give Scott Carson a game. He'll get a game, Steve Black. Mike James, the only thing I don't like about Pep, he needs to bring through more youth players. We've lost Sancho and Diaz. Foden needs will bring through. And he didn't want to take that risk. Diaz, yes, I felt sorry for him. But I think if Diaz had stayed last season, we might not have got Mahrez. Was Diaz already going? I can't remember. But if Diaz had stayed, look, Sané is injured. Diaz could have had more games. But I don't blame him for leaving because he wants to go to Real Madrid. It was really tough for him. But Real Madrid is a calling that you can't turn down. I don't have any complaints. Foden needs more games. Bernabé's only 18, I think. Garcia's only 18. Give them time. Look, if in 2 years' time, Eric Garcia is playing 20 odd league games and 10 cup games a season for us, we'll be really happy. You've got to trust the process. You've got to trust Pep and say, if Pep believes it takes 2 or 3 years to get these youngsters through at the right level, then it takes 2 or 3 years. You don't want kids like look at Rooney. He burnt out in his late 20s. He came through like a house on fire, and by the late 20s, burnt out. And I don't mind this slow progress for these kids. Yes, I want them to play. I'm desperate. I'm so eager. It means so much, but you've got to trust Pep. Carabao Cup, you'll get absolutely Angus. Chris Baker, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Bernard, the Silvers can stand on each other's shoulders. Still won't be very tall. Ant Hill mob, that's it. I do like your comment, Steve Black. Wasteman Dave. Or the wee men in Pratchett. Well, I was wondering what you're going to say, Bernard. I don't read Pratchett's books. Hey, Ivor, hope you're well. Bernard, did he nearly finish all the Pratchett books? So good. Is he still alive? Is he writing more? How United celebrated when they do. I've not seen that, C-Dog. I want to see the highlights tonight. Rash video, mate. Well, look, I'm just going to stick that up all the time. It was Cole who reminded me of that video that from the live stream with Bernard. See, I've got to see that again. You stuck up for who, Ivor? Me? I don't know who you stuck up for. Mike James, the majority of City fans called for Bernardo to play for Tottenham, but his start wasn't justified. That City he missed. You dismiss Bernardo for his form last season. His form this season, I don't think has been the same. But his form last season, I can see why you play. You can't. It's tough. It's tough. Angus, Champions League is the most important competition. Shouldn't concede and shouldn't lose to these teams. Yeah, I can see. That's why I said I can see us playing 4-2-1-3 in the Champions League. Ollie on the wheels. Hey Bernard, been collecting Pratchett all my life. Have all his first editions in hardback. Cole, on a side note, if anybody wants to laugh, search Man City fan chat outtake on YouTube later. This is my video referred to earlier. See if you can watch it. Oh, I'm going to put that up on our channel, I think, tomorrow. I'll put it up, Cole, when I can. I'll download it and stick it on our channel. Yeah, I was. I was crying and dying making it live. No, he's dead, mate. I don't know what you mean. Oh, Terry. It's all right. Okay. Didn't know that. Now, Joseph, I'm 51 years old, mate. I've got my live stream. I've got to be up at 4:30 tomorrow to get ready for the Bournemouth trip. But yeah, City under 18s won again. Cole Palmer scored again. Excellent. Angus, it's so funny. Where is Claudio Gomez? Felix Nemecha. I think, is Claudio injured? I'm watching. No, I was home, Mike. I was had a lot on today. I was watching some iPlayer last night. Hey Adam, we're just about finished, mate. Nemecha and Gomez are in the under-23s. Let's go through the quick. I'm going to give you a quick summary. Leroy Sané put a tweet out looking with a smile. He said, it has been some tough couple of days, but surgery went to plan. I'm positive and ready for my recovery. He said, thank you so much for all your messages and get well wishes. So he's got a smile on his face. Good to see. Okay. We talked as well that it possibly that we could see possibly we can see Fernandinho and Rodri in a double pivot, especially in Champions League games. That'd be very interesting. See you, Chris. Take it easy, mate. Have a good evening. Felix didn't play last game. Our squads are huge. Benjamin Gary was on the bench though. Charlie Nicholas was going in on the Gillette soccer program when it happened. Yeah, it's so funny. So let's go through. other points. Cancelo discussed the competition. Obviously, it's tough to get ahead. Now, this is what Cancelo said about Kyle Walker. He said, Kyle Walker is a great player. Okay? This is what he said on the City website, on the official site. Very fast, very strong physically. I think we have different skills, and I think that can help us in the months ahead. I'm a fullback who is more offensive than defensive. But I'm aware that the defensive side is also important. That is why I came here. That's also why I came here. I played in La Liga, Serie A, and I wanted to test myself in the Premier League. I think I'm the best. I'm in the best club to do so. I joined Man City because we have a lot of quality. There are great players here. It's a young squad, and I think it has all the conditions I need to develop along with the team, with the manager, and to build a bright future. Excuse me. Of course, the presence of the manager was a big reason for me to join City. I have followed Pep Guardiola's career since his time at Barcelona. I like the way his teams play and his style of football. I felt curious to play under his tutelage. In my first week here, I could already feel why he's such a great and successful manager. I hope we can win many things together. It's true, Bernardo Silva and I are very good friends. We played for 8 years together in Benfica's youth ranks. Bernardo was always very skillful and smart player. He's one of the best Portuguese players at the moment, and it is a pleasure to play along with him again. Vincent Kompany, obviously, poor old Vinny's injured, and he might miss his own testimonial. That's the news after this injury. We don't know how serious it is, but that's the risk that he'll miss his own testimonial. He didn't look happy. I mean, whilst he lost 1-0 to Genk, I mean, Genk were the last year's league winners. And if you follow Vincent Kompany, he hasn't lost all 5 out 3. Just sort of put it out there. That's it. Let's go back through your comments, and then I think that's my lot for tonight. I ran to tomorrow's Jeju starts, City win 2-0, both goals from midfielders. I hope all I care about is we win. And Mike James says 4-0. Dog, I hope we start tomorrow's game on the right foot. Yeah, I think on the front foot. Maybe Walker goes centre half and Cancelo. No, I don't. I can't see that either. Why would we not play Otamendi and Laporte together at midfield? No, that was that video laugh was extremely. You know, my kid said, "You haven't laughed like that for years." It was everything in that laugh. I was in so much pain. See you, Cole. Take it easy, mate. As long as we score early. See you, Joseph. See you, Mike. And Joseph. Predictions for tomorrow. Yeah, get your predictions in the comments, guys. 3 mins is required. At least 3. 3 min. I really like Laporte last season when he did play. Look, C-Dog, he played against Liverpool. But if you put Laporte at left back, who plays centre back? Because John Stones is injured. So you've got Otamendi. You're going to put Walker then. It's too much messing about. Putting Walker and Laporte. Sorry, Walker and Otamendi. And Laporte, so you have Laporte on the left, Walker in midfield, Cancelo on the right. That's 3 players, either new to the position or first time. It's too much. You're better off playing a different left back and keeping the other 3 positions the same. Guys, take it easy, yeah? Take it easy, guys. Have a good evening, Matt and everybody else. I'm going to do one now. It's 10 o'clock. Got whatever, half an hour. No way, White. No way Walker centre back and Laporte left back. It's too much of too much change. But I want to get off, make a call to my kids, and it's watch match of the day, get some shut eye. Guys, yeah, C-Dog, you could do that. I could do that. It's been emotional. Take care, Steve. See you guys. Bye-bye. Take it easy. Good evening. And fingers crossed, we win tomorrow. Catch me live. I'll do some live streaming, hopefully.